Hey everyone, Angelo here. Welcome to another amazing video about gay life. We will talk about whether being gay is the same as being part of the LGBT community. We will talk about what we have to have for us to call ourselves a community and why LGBT groups or LGBT leadership organizations, they are breaking down these principles that in fact we're not describing a community, we're describing here something more of like a sect, something more of like a cult with one-directional communication. One-directional communication, which is easily proven by asking you if you've ever been invited to any of the conversations that the LGBT leaders are having to decide or choose the future for our community. I was never invited to the meetings where they were discussing the letters that are part of the LGBT word. So each letter has been chosen with specific need for something. I'm assuming that there was a reason why these letters came together the way they did. But I was never part of any discussion. I bet you were never invited to any committee. And so this is really the beginning to see that, wait a second, we don't even know who they are. We don't have their names. We don't have their roles. I believe that we are not going to see anyone standing out to be the leader of the LGBT community, because then you would have a chance to ask them directly what's going on, what is the future, what are the principles that our community is based on, and other people would start to contribute to ask the more important questions. And so to avoid that, LGBTQ and whatever else is going to come to it, you will see that it will never have very specific leadership. It will be this very abstract notion of a community of equality and diversity. But you'll never see anyone specifically claiming to be, okay, we are the legitimate committee deciding the future of the LGBT community. And so this is really an important distinction I'd like for you to pay attention to, because it's not really a community, because you have no say in anything. Let me repeat this again. You have no say in anything. Have you ever been invited to any of the meetings to decide the future of the LGBT community? No, of course not. Have you ever been invited to decide what's the next letter? Who decided the letter Q? Who decided the letter Q? And I believe that there are specific people, committees, and organizations that are behind it, but they prefer to remain in the shadows so that we can't identify them, we can't get to know them, and have this bi-directional communication. Say, hey, I'm Angelo. I would love to join you for this next roundtable of discussions about gay sexuality and public health. I would love to participate in this, but it's nowhere to be found. Nobody knows about these meetings. We are not taken seriously. There's something else that's leading our community that has taken authority under the pretext of genuine concern. Okay? They have taken the authority. They've made themselves to lead the community, but the question is, do they have a genuine concern for what's happening in your life, in my life? Are they truly representing your needs, your current concerns in your life, with relationships, with what's happening in your personal space? Or are these organizations promising these big ideas, but you never see anything trickling down to you? And my friends, this is really almost always the case with these organizations, these pseudo communities. They are using emotionalism, they are persuading and manipulating their members. I don't have any personal issues with the LGBT community. I just want to understand what's going on. I want to participate, I want to contribute, and I want to see rational, logical discussions. I don't see any of that. And I believe this is really why most gay men remain in the dark, because their leaders do not represent them. I don't think they ever represented them in an authentic, genuine way. And that's why our community members, that's you and I'm not talking about the leading organizations. I'm talking about you and I, the people that hang out on Grindr sometimes, that go into the events on Meetup, go traveling and interacting with each other. Our needs are not represented. We do not have representation in the LGBT community anymore, and they don't even want to hear our voices. And in some cases, they even censored people that came out of the deeper ends of the gay community, and they offered solutions. They were censored in the 80s and in the 90s. And you can look at the work of John Lawrenson. Look him up, John Lawrenson, and you can look him up on Google and put John Lawrenson, books about HIV and AIDS, about the gay culture, and he was censored. And many people like him were censored. And so we see this one-directional communication leading to the deterioration of the quality of ideas in our culture. Because in the world of competing ideas, or in the marketplace of competing ideas, we should have a whole bunch of different ideas, and you should be able to pick them, kind of like you pick apples from the apple tree. That ideas are the essence of the quality of our communities, the quality of our lives. And if it's only one directional journey of translation, guess what's going to happen? Well, the bad stuff is going to happen. The mediocre stuff is going to happen. The suffering and the pain will continue because nobody really shows the adequate care for what really matters for you and I. You see, it all boils down to our neglect to see, are we really represented? Are we really going in the direction that you and I have decided? Or are we just kind of giving away the authority and bowing down to anyone who raises their hand and has bleached white teeth and a big smile and claims he has the answer to your issues or your problems? Are you going to follow and listen to anyone? Is that who you are as an LGBT person? Or are you a gay man who is a free thinker who will decide for yourself? Who are you? I'm assuming you're the second. That you are the kind of man who decides for himself, who will think for himself, and if you're not represented by the people that claim authority, then listen, you need to walk away. You need to find your genuine community, and stop pretending that you are protected by those people and those organizations where in fact they're using you and manipulate you to follow them in situations where you can't even have a bi-directional communication about what the agenda is for the future of our lives. We're talking here about our lives. The ways that LGBT will decide about HIV and AIDS, that will impact your life forever. It will change the quality of your intimacy with your lovers, with the man that you meet, with the kind of sex that you have. These are very serious topics that impact you immediately and for a long time. And if you don't understand them, and if those people don't really care about you, you need to catch this in process, and you need to stop it and walk away from it. Or you need to have competing ideas that you can intelligently choose as the ideas that you will follow. Not blindly follow someone because they scream beautifully equality for all and these beautiful bleached smiles everywhere, plasticky, nonsensical, double-faced facades everywhere is what you see with a community that doesn't speak to their members. And that's what the LGBT community has been since 1983-84. And if you want to learn more about that, I encourage you to watch the videos I created about the gay matrix of 1983. So I got to slow down here because I'm really getting super taken by this commotion of not being represented, that we go through our lives really genuinely internally sensing that it's okay, that we are going to be safe, that nothing bad will happen, but yet there are these groups of people and these organizations that are taking advantage of our naivete. They're taking advantage of our trust. Now, to give you a quick comparison, if you were part of my community, okay? If you were part of my community, I would talk to you. I would ask you what's going on. I would hear you out all the way down to all the secrets that you would be afraid to say and to admit to. That's what I would do if you were part of my community. I would then sit down with you and I would introduce to you principles as a way of structuring the solutions. And then, of course, I will be very gentle to take into account the fact that you may be really wounded and suffering. I would not be this very direct, kind of logical solution delivery person. I would take into account your humanness, your delicate parts of you, your inner child, your irrationality, your fantasies and desires. I will take all of that into account. And as we discuss all of this, we're going to stir all of this together and communicate back and forth to finally align into what matters for you. And that will always be your health, your love life, your career, your ambition. We're going to return to these three dimensions: your love life, your career, and your personal health. And so with knowing this, we want to create the kind of solutions that help you get better in all these areas. And so if you are paying attention to all the LGBT ideologies and what they are talking to you, the way they're describing their ideas to you, you need to ask yourself, are you progressing in these three areas? And if you're not progressing, then those ideas are simply ideas that are just bouncing off of you. They don't have any impact because they really don't know you on a deep level. Kind of like the way I would have gotten to know you, to get to know your secrets, to get to know your soft side. You never get that level of validation from the LGBT community. And so this is why we are in a moment of an awakening, that once you see this, then you can finally free yourself from the shackles of the LGBT limitations by neglect. They're neglecting, and they're killing us with neglect. They're destroying our lives with neglect. These are organizations that have claimed authority without genuine concern for what really matters in your life. And the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. Look at your life, look at your health, you can look at your career, look at your love life. Proof is in the pudding. If you don't see advancement, you're part of the wrong community. It's time for you to stand up, walk away, and declare your future somewhere else with someone else. And hey, we have opening here at this community that I run. It's called the Big Gay Family Social Program. I want to get to know you. I want to talk to you, and I'll give you solutions. Some of them will be easy, some of them will be hard, but they will be honest because they're based on bidirectional exchange. They're based on truths and principles, and there's no hiding of anything. And this is what a real community is about. So I hope this video helps you. I hope that you feel my energy of genuine concern for your love life, because love is really everything. If you can figure out your love life, if you can figure out your sex life, the rest will be a lot easier. You don't want to be spinning around ideas that are imprisoning you inside limitations that are very difficult to break through. And that's what's happening when we are surrounded with bad ideas by people that do not even invite us to talk about those ideas. Okay? So the marketplace should be a competing marketplace. Ideas that compete, and you can pick and choose where you want to go. And right now, the Big Gay Family Social Program is entering into the competing marketplace. Say, hey, we are a real community. Come and join us, and I promise you a victory in your life. And that's my message. I'm inviting you to a new way of awakening yourself to the possibility of hope and transformation. But to do that, you need to understand what's really happening in the LGBT world. So I hope this helps you. Thanks for watching. To join the Big Gay Family Social Program, please visit the website at biggayfamily.com. And for more videos like these, always please come back to my website at paulangelo.com. Hey everybody, this is Paul Angelo here. Welcome to this short video. I just want to welcome you to a new sense of life, a new way of living gay life, meeting men differently, interacting with them differently, being and becoming a different man. And that's what I'd like to offer you inside of the Big Gay Family Social Program. It's a program that is transformational, where it serves your intimate needs, your friendships, gives you relationships, but also gives you something that you cannot receive from anywhere else. And it makes you stronger. It gives you a boost in all areas of life. And I would love for you to join us. So please visit the website at biggayfamily.com. when we have open enrollment, I would love for you to meet the men that are in the program. So thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing you soon.
All the lessons we have learned from mistakes lost in the past.